Hello fellow YouTubers. This is Stuffy. He's stuffed, you see. I saved him from a tree a couple of weeks ago. Made a video on it, as a matter of fact. Old fart defies gravity. Saves cats from tree. So please, check it out. Anyhow, I'll put Stuffy aside. Kitty kitty. And get stuck into my latest project. A chunky chain sculpture. And indeed, the chain is chunky. In fact, the only way that I could figure out how to get a rough spiral was to wrap it round a piece of galvanised pipe that I had clamped to the workbench here. Each one of these links here is 110 by 70 by 20 mil. And I suppose all up it weighed between 10 and 12 kilos. And because it had been exposed to the weather for I don't know how long, it's heavily encrusted with rust. And I had a job to get down to bare metal in order to do the initial welding to the state you see it now. So my next job is to get out the wire wheel, clean up all the rust, get into the links here where I can to do more welding, and take it from there. Maybe I better just move Stuffy out of the way. Don't want the poor pussycat, you know. I've welded just about all the links, just a few to go. I'm going to do them now, and then with the angle grinder I'll clean up the welds and mount the piece to a base. Well, that's the piece welded to the base. Next job is to resurrect this small length of smaller chunky chain. Each link is 50 by 35 by 10, and I plan to cut it into 5 link lengths, and I'm going to form 4 curved arms that will come off the top here, and that's for a pot plant, or a dish to make a bird bath out of, or whatever one might decide to put on top of it. Anyhow, this is going to take quite some time to clean up, so I'll get stuck into that and then get on to the final piece of the sculpture then. When I edited what I recorded yesterday, I realised I didn't tell you what I made the base from. It's from a single piece of 40 by 5mm angle. And I just simply cut it in half lengthwise, and then cut one section in half, beveled the edges, and just welded it together. Sorry about that. I've removed what rust I could from the short length of small chunky chain. I then cut the length into 4 5 length pieces, and I've already welded a link of each length onto the top of the piece. Now I've got to weld each of these arms, or each of these lengths, so it stands up in this fashion, but I want it to be level, at the top of each of the last link to be level. You'll notice that the piece itself is not really uniform, and that's the way I wanted it. That's what creating a metal sculpture is all about, most of the time. So anyhow, let's get on with it. Well, that's those all in place. Now it's a matter of doing some extra welding, strengthen them up. It'll be time to give it a coat of rust treatment and then a coat of paint.